Okay, so the first thing we've got going here is we have a kick and subgroup. The kick sample is pulled from our model's sample pack, which is linked in the video description below. And if you listen to it isolated, pretty straightforward kick drum. Just kind of that aggressive, compressed, hard techno style kick. And then I went ahead and did some simple EQing on it just to level things out a little bit. And then I added some reverb, some saturation, and some multiband compression. This on its own is going to sound a bit over distorted, but that's kind of the point. Our final limiter on the master is going to catch it. Next, we have our subsample, which is also pulled from the sample pack, and I've just gone ahead and low passed it, added some sidechain, obviously, to the kick drum, and then I'm compressing it a little bit just to level it out once again. Now I've gone ahead and stacked two of our top loops, and these are pretty mid-range heavy, and that was the idea, was to kind of fill in more of the mid-range, add some rolling motion to the groove. And then if you look over here, you'll see that I've hard panned these two so that they kind of create a stereo image. So if you listen to these together, this is what it sounds like. Now next up we have our clap, which is a very basic clap sample. If you listen to it without our processing, it's just dry clap, basically. But I went ahead and I added some Valhalla Shimmer reverb, some delay, and an EQ, and then another reverb, just because I wanted it to be more atmospheric. And so with our processing, this is what it sounds like. Then last but not least, in the drum bus, we have a 909 hat sample stacked and some very basic crude EQing using the EQ3 just to remove the low end and kind of level out the mid-range. Now next up, I have a texture. It's just a granular texture that I threw on top of it with some reverb to kind of fill in the extra space in the mix, but it's barely audible on its, like, with everything. On its own, it sounds like this. With everything, it's going to sound like this. Now next up, we've got our 303. And the 303 is made using TAL baseline, but you can essentially use any sort of like 303 emulator or even like an acid baseline from Ableton stock, like operator. The point here is that on its own, it doesn't sound like much. So this is without our processing on it. But we're going to add our model's 303 processor, which is again included in the sample pack specifically for this purpose. It's one button, you just throw it on and press on, and it's going to add some nice saturation to this bass line and really beef it up. So this is what it sounds like now with our processor on. Then we're going to go ahead and add some reverb to it too, just to add more atmosphere. All right, next up we've got our pad. And it's an Omnisphere stock, essentially saw brass preset. It's a Juno Quick brass. And without our processing, it doesn't sound great. It's going to sound pretty high-end, harsh. This is what it sounds like. But I did some EQing, took out the low end, added reverb, added some panning, really compressed it and saturated it and just leveled it out here. It's a pretty long processing chain, but that's essentially what it's doing. And with this processing, it sounds like this. So we're really going for that hazy I Hate Models style, like blown out lo-fi pad sound. And a lot of that is coming from the FabFilter Saturn in particular, but any kind of saturation will do. Saturation and then kind of rolling off the high end is gonna, and over compressing it is gonna give it kind of that lo-fi quality. And then last but not least, we have our pluck. And it is again a stock Omnisphere preset. It sounds like this alone. But if we add some echo, some EQ to catch, again, the low end, get rid of that. Some subtle stereo auto panning, some very, very subtle compression, and then reverb, we get this. Now, with everything, we get this. Thanks so much as always for watching. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to our channel. I'm going to be posting a lot more frequently and branching out. We're going to be doing videos next on Klangkünstler and Sarah Landry. Also, we are running a special promo right now. The Models 303 processor is free on our Gumroad. I've gone ahead and linked it down in the video description. All you have to do is put in your email and you can download it for completely free. Throw it on some 303s, get the acid bass lines going.